besides being well known for playing the character Hulk in the movies. Mark Ruffalo is a celebrity who knows how to enjoy life alongside his family. But have you ever stopped to wonder about just how this actor lives? In this video, you will find out what Mark Ruffalo's luxurious life is like. Before we get started, I challenge you. You have to click on subscribe and activate notifications. Check the option all. But you have to do that in less than 5 seconds. You got it? And if you can, write in the comments #AllAboutSubscribe. Alright, let's get started. Career. Born in 1967 in Kenosha, Wisconsin, Mark Allen Ruffalo, better known as Mark Ruffalo, is a famous superhero movie actor. The beginning of his artistic career was not easy at all. While his work was still providing him financial returns, he had to work for almost a decade as a bartender. Mark began acting in the early 90s, but recognition only began to emerge a few years later with his performance in the stage play This Is Our Youth and then the film You Can Count on Me. From then on, things started to improve, and he received invitations to act in several films, such as 13 Going on 30, Zodiac Just Like Heaven, and Shutter Island. The big turning point in his career came in 2012 when he was cast to bring the superhero Hulk to life in Marvel's cinematic universe. And it was with this character that he broke box office records with movies like The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Thor, Ragnarok, Avengers, Infinity War, Captain Marvel, Avengers, Endgame, Shang-Chi in The Legend of the Ten Rings, and She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. In addition to his comic roles, he has also acted in other relevant productions such as Spotlight, The Normal Heart, Now You See Me, and Foxcatcher. The actor has also gained much recognition for his performances, having already been nominated for the most important awards in the film industry. And it is because of all this that currently Mark Ruffalo has earned more than enough money to live a life full of very comfortable luxuries. Current residence. Famous for being an environmentalist, Mark Ruffalo has decided to live with his family on a large farm located in the town of Callicoon in Sullivan County, upstate New York. According to the photos that have already been released, you can see that the actor's property is surrounded by beautiful trees, having a barn, wooden sculptures, solar panels, and a lake, where Mark Ruffalo usually spends his time having fun with his children. Little is known about the inside of the house, but among the places Mark Ruffalo has already shown off is a room surrounded by glass windows and a living room, where he attended the 2020 Emmy Awards and celebrated the win with his wife. It is known that the farm is 50 acres in size, and that Mark Ruffalo purchased the property in 2001 for $280,000, but it is quite likely that it must be worth much more these days. Other properties. Mark Ruffalo has owned several properties, some that are even quite comfortable. He once owned, for example, property on Bennett Drive in the Hollywood Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles City. The estate is almost 3,000 square feet in size, with the main property having a clean design and antique architecture, with it being designed around 1930. Entering the residence, we can see a dining room with wood-paneled floors, as well as a spacious and cozy living room filled with decorative items and a large fireplace in the center. The home's kitchen features granite countertops, tile flooring, modern fixtures, and a large table overlooking the outdoor area. The master suite has a beautiful green wallpaper that distinguishes it from the rest of the house, with a luxurious bathroom in blue colors, equipped with 2 sinks and marble countertops. The house also has 2 bedrooms, a very spacious one with a privileged view of the garden, with built-in wardrobes in the walls and a private bathroom. The other bedroom, on the other hand, is configured as a library, with a private booth for moments of study and work. Another point that draws attention in the residence is the marquee with custom seating and the French-style doors in all rooms, which give access to the outside environment. The property also has an equally sophisticated guest house, which has an integrated bathroom, as well as a shed for storing personal belongings and a private recording studio with modern equipment. Outside, the entrance has a beautiful garden, while the rest of the property is surrounded by lush trees, providing an ideal atmosphere for moments of rest and leisure, as well as a place for outdoor dining. And according to media reports, Mark Ruffalo sold the property in 2009 to actress Zooey Deschanel for approximately $1,690,000, until in April 2020, the actress put the place up for sale again for nearly $3 million. Moving up the price further, the actor also once owned a 3-story home on 2nd Street in Brooklyn. The home has a total of 3,200 square feet of living space, plus it also has historical roots, with it being built in 1899. Inside, there are some modern touches that bring even more sophistication to the place, such as fireplace cornices and wide plank floors. The house has a living room with antique architecture, as well as 3 bathrooms and 4 spacious bedrooms, overlooking the outside area of the residence. The kitchen of the house is large and has a central counter, as well as having a formal dining room for meals. There is also a balcony and a backyard with space for outdoor entertainment. To buy this property, Mark Ruffalo had to fork out $3,500,000 in 2015. And about 2 years later, he sold it at a loss for $3,125,000. But the rumors about the actor's properties don't stop there. He has already visited another luxurious residence in New York on the Upper West Side, one of the most coveted areas for high-value real estate. The property in question is 5 stories high and has 8,500 square feet of total area. The living room has a clean architecture, while the kitchen has a central island and minimalist decoration. The dining table is close to a glazed door that opens to the private garden. Going up to the 2nd floor, there is another living room with a fireplace in the center, as well as a formal dining room next to a library with a grand piano inside. In total, the residence features 6 spacious and well-lit bedrooms, spa-like bathrooms, and a rooftop game room that leads to a rooftop deck, ideal for when the actor wants to get some fresh air. And according to media reports, this property is valued at $10 million. Cars. Despite being an actor who doesn't seem to care much for luxuries, Mark Ruffalo has been spotted sporting comfortable vehicles before. Being an environmentalist, it is speculated that he owns a BMW i3, a low-consumption electric car ideal for everyday use. And to get a sense of price, you can find this vehicle costing around $50,000. Some sources also say that the actor owns an Audi Q8, a modern SUV that is quite comfortable and versatile. And for those who want to have one of these in the garage, it may be necessary to spend up to $80,000. Ruffalo has also shared on Instagram that he owns and uses a Tesla Model S in his travels, a super technological car full of digital facilities, besides having great autonomy, being able to travel up to 405 miles in a single charge of its batteries. And maybe that's why this dream vehicle of so many people is worth around $100,000. It is also speculated that the actor has a Mercedes-Benz S-Class, a luxury sedan with an electric motor, capable of providing a lot of luxury and comfort without polluting the environment. The interior of the vehicle is quite sophisticated, being made from excellent quality materials. And it's no wonder that to own this beautiful car, you may need to fork over $120,000. Luxuries. An actor as famous as Mark Ruffalo has more than enough money to enjoy a lot of luxury. When it comes to dressing well, for example, he has been seen wearing clothes and accessories that are not cheap at all, including a $4,000 Frederique Constant Hybrid watch, a $4,500 Maison Valentino suit, a $6,500 Montblanc Heritage Chronometry Dual-Time watch, a $15,000 Harry Winston Midnight Retrograde watch. Another luxury that the actor makes use of his private jets for his travels, with him even having already posted some funny pictures lying around with coworkers. To have an idea of price, depending on the model of the aircraft, the price can reach over $10,000 for each hour of flight. And those who think he only travels for work are mistaken. Mark Ruffalo always posts records of his walks in paradisiacal places on his social media. Personal life. Being a Hollywood celebrity, people have a lot of interest in knowing about the ins and outs of his personal life. A very striking episode in Ruffalo's life was when he was diagnosed with a benign brain tumor. He has even revealed that at the time he thought he was going to die, and that he was very afraid of that happening. After the removal of the tumor, Mark Ruffalo ended up going deaf in his left ear, but the important thing is that in the end of the day he was fine and began to face life in a better way. About his ideological point of view, the actor is well known for defending related agendas such as the pro-environment action, LGBT rights, and even criticizing the capitalistic system. Even so, Mark Ruffalo makes a point of going in person to some protests in order to support what he stands for. As for his love life, it is known that he has been married since 2000 to Sunrise Coiney, with whom he has 3 children. The couple seems to live a quiet and happy life, always posting moments of family fun on social media. Sources of income. Besides making a lot of money playing the superhero Hulk in theaters, Mark Ruffalo also has several other sources of income. One of his first sources of income was theater, something he maintains to this day. Another area he has also worked in is voiceover, having lent his voice to productions such as the audiobook Our Revolution and the animated series What If. He has also worked as a film producer and even director, having made his feature film debut with Sympathy for Delicious. And those who think his acting is restricted only to the movies are mistaken. He has acted in several television series, such as The Beat, Sesame Street, The Normal Heart, and I Know This Much Is True. Social media can also be considered another source of income. This is because he has millions of followers on various platforms. On Facebook, for example, he has over 6 million followers. On Twitter, the number exceeds 8 million, and on Instagram, he has already surpassed 20 million people. And he can easily monetize all this public by advertising for some companies, but it seems that he prefers to use his social media to promote his works and address important societal issues. We can conclude that, unlike most Hollywood celebrities who make a lot of money from advertising or marketing and investing in company products, Mark Ruffalo doesn't seem to worry so much about this financial issue. Net worth. Being an actor well known for playing one of the most famous superheroes in the Marvel Universe, there is no doubt that Mark Ruffalo has already made a lot of money throughout his career. But things weren't always like this for him, as he had to work for many years before he could support himself on his acting salary alone. Before he was invited by Marvel, his most relevant film was Shutter Island, which he acted alongside Leonardo DiCaprio, a successful production that probably earned him good money at the time. Throughout his career, Mark Ruffalo has acted in almost 50 films, some of which have even broken box office records, especially with his performances playing the character Hulk in theaters. This role was probably most responsible for changing his financial footing and must have been the source of most of his wealth. To get an idea of the figures, it is estimated that he received about $2 million for the Avengers, $3 million for Avengers Age of Ultron, $6 million for Avengers Infinity War, and up to $12 million for Avengers Endgame. And it's no wonder that in 2017 Forbes magazine estimated that Mark Ruffalo made over $13 million, being considered the 20th highest paid actor in the world. And even though he has an excellent salary, his earnings are still quite low compared to other superhero movie stars, such as the actors who play Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. Maybe it's because he's never acted in an independent film, and because Marvel doesn't own the rights to the Hulk character. And even though no one knows exactly the extent of his wealth, some sources estimate that currently, Mark Ruffalo has a net equity, that is, after paying all taxes, at a figure of approximately $35 million, a figure that will continue to increase if he continues to be successful. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel, Dios to satisfy your curiosity.